Hey, what's going on, friends? How you guys doing out there today? Hey, listen, David Lamro here. Today's day 30 of my 30-day Facebook Live challenge, and I want to apologize that I didn't get to you guys on Sunday or Monday. This is my last video in my line of 30-day Facebook Live videos, and I wanted to make sure that it was a good one for you guys. So I've been taking down some notes on some things, really thinking about what I wanted to share with you guys. And I wanted to talk with you today about something that could honestly really change your life. I want to ask you a question. Do you feel like you are living up to your full potential? Do you feel like you're living life to the fullest of your abilities? I mean, truly and honestly, ask yourself that. I posted a video a couple of days ago, I think it was actually yesterday, a video from a guy by the name of Rock Thomas. All right. If you haven't seen that video, go watch it after you watch this video. It's powerful stuff. I'll go over just a little bit of the highlights, some of the real big takeaways that I got from that. He had grown up all his life, really living hard, trying to please his dad and everything, and just fell short every time. His dad, just always said that you could do better. And, at the end of his life, he went back to his dad and he asked him, when have I ever really made you proud? What's a good moment that I ever made you proud? And he's sitting there thinking, reflecting on his life. And he said, nothing that I can really think of. Like, oh my goodness, and so he's sitting there like, man, this is ridiculous. I worked my butt off for this guy. What's going on, mom and dad? Hey, how you doing? What's going on, Tim? How you doing, brother? It's good to see you on here, man. Terry, how you guys doing? So guys, I wanted to ask you, whose labels are you living up to? Whose labels are you living your life according to? Basically, your brain is like a computer, okay? It can be reprogrammed if you so desire, if you wish for it to be. So a lot of people, they're actually living their life based off of what other people have told them, okay? How many of you guys have gone through high school and it was just a terrible experience for you? Drop a 1 in the comments where high school was a terrible experience for you. And further beyond that, what's going on, Charity? How you doing? Further beyond that, how many of you have been living your life feeling like you are still in a high school state? Okay, maybe you don't even realize it, but every little action that you do these days and during your day goes back to that deep-rooted labels that were put on you earlier on in your life. All right, this guy by the name of Rock Thomas, later on, after he realized that, man, life sucks, I really could be doing a whole lot better, he started working really hard. Good morning, Terry. How you doing? I see that one. He was working super hard, and he realized that he could be making so much more money, out there in the world, not really living underneath the pressure of having to deal with it with his dad and everything and his family that was just never there for him. So he left, and he came across a mentor that shared with him real estate. Okay, later on, he realized that he had an incredible work ethic, and he said, "Hey, are you still here at work?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Man, you have an incredible work ethic." And he was looking around. "You talking to me?" And what's going on, Austin? How you doing, buddy? So Rock said, "You talking to me?" And he wasn't. He was in disbelief. And he said, "Yeah, you have an incredible work ethic. You're a really hardworking guy. You're awesome. I believe in you." And it took him by surprise because he had never really been told that by anybody ever, pretty much. And so his mentor helped him to realize that, good morning, Austin. His mentor helped him to realize that he had basically had bad programming ever since his childhood. And so here's what I want you to do from his story, okay? And I'm going to actually get into a law from John Maxwell here in just a minute. But from his story, take away this. He found an idol. Ask, who is an idol of yours, somebody that you look up to, a mentor, anybody that you really respect out of life. And so he said, man, one of my favorites is Clint Eastwood. And he said, okay, what do you like about him? He's rugged. And I feel like I can relate to him. Like, I'm a rugged kind of guy. He said, that's it. That's what you're going to say. Every chance you get, you're going to say, I'm ruggedly handsome. I'm ruggedly handsome. I'm ruggedly handsome. Okay. So what if you actually did that? What if you actually, took that to heart and acted upon that. Just give it a shot, give it a chance, see what happens. He did, and every chance he got, he said, I'm ruggedly handsome, I'm ruggedly handsome. Hey Pam, how are you doing? What's going on, Nancy? How are you doing today? So he said every chance that he got, he said, I'm ruggedly handsome, I'm ruggedly handsome. And every now, gradually, his posture rose. His programming, his mind became shifted so that he actually believed in himself. And he said that he was in the shower and he started saying, I'm the best real estate agent in my area. I'm the best real estate agent in my area. What's going on, Michelle? Hey, how you doing, Sean? And so, guys, that helped to shift things around for him in his life. And he went on to be making millions of dollars being a self-made millionaire in the real estate area. And if you haven't looked this guy up, look up a guy named by the name of Rock Thomas. His video is down below this. I really recommend you go watch that after this. I could not stop watching it. His story was just so compelling and so heartfelt that I could not stop watching it after the introduction, okay? So think of this. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. Who do you want to be? All right, think about that. Today's the first day for the rest of your life. You can be whoever the heck you want to be, all right? Don't let anybody define you except for you. Deep down inside, what would you say about yourself? All right, I want to know. Drop it in the comments. How would you describe yourself? Okay, for real. Let's be honest. Let's be completely honest about you and about yourself. I haven't really thought of this yet, but I might as well think about it here. I would say to myself that I'm a leader, that I'm somebody that can really help people. I'm someone that I have a heart for people. What's going on, Anna? How you doing? What's up, Ethan? I feel like I'm someone that I'm not perfect by any means, but I strive to live my best. I strive to help people. I strive to live up to, to live for the best. To live my life for God and for His kingdom. Okay, I love Jesus with all my heart. And, I just feel like I am someone that I have a big posture, okay? Not to be boastful or anything. That's how I would describe myself, okay? Awesome, Terry. I'm glad this is helping you guys. So how would you describe yourself, honestly? Drop it in the comments below. At least 1 or 2 words, okay? Now, think of this. The words that follow I am follow you. That's one of his statements. Think about that for a second. I am ruggedly handsome. I am a great leader. I am a great mom, a great dad. Okay? The words that follow I am follow you. All right, so give that a shot. Find one of your idols, find somebody that you look up to, find something that you have in common with that person, and just start proclaiming that over yourself over the next week and just see what happens. I'd love to hear how this experiment goes in your life. And this leads me up to The Law of the Rubber Band. Let me check my time. The Law of the Rubber Band by John Maxwell, okay? It is the law that says that the tension between you and your goal is the law of the rubber band, okay? Now think of a rubber band for just a minute, an actual rubber band. It's only useful when being stretched, right? Nobody ever buys a rubber band and sits it on the counter and it's like, man, that's a cool looking rubber band. Has anybody ever done that? No. You buy the rubber band so you can stretch it around things and keep things together or keep things tight. That rubber band is solely used for stretching, okay? And people are a lot like that. I am a miracle. I could have died, but I clearly am here to help people. Amen, Anna. That's so awesome. And I'm glad that you're on this video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate you and value you and your support. So let me put this before you guys. Growth stops when you lose the tension between where you are and where you want to go. And I wrote a couple of these notes down from John Maxwell's book, the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. I really recommend that you go and buy that book. I'm just going to give you some of the tips that I got from this chapter in there, okay? I love this quote. Only a mediocre person is always at his best. That means that they believe that they've arrived. They believe that they can't do any better. Are you that kind of person? Or are you the person that feels like you can always do better? You can always learn something more. You always have room to improve. That's kind of how I am. We had a saying in Taekwondo, like after you got done with the tournament, here's a shout out to my trainer, Mr. Vigors, and some of my great friends. Mr. Vondra and Vicky Lucas. Love you guys. If y'all hop on this, I love y'all. Thank you for impacting my life in such a big way. So we had a saying after we got done with the tournament, learned a lot, but a lot to learn. I learned a lot, but there's a lot to learn, always. And, you know, some of the most successful people in life, like Warren Buffett and Bill Gates and Charlie Munger, they always have a value on learning, okay? That's an intellectual kind of person, all right? And I'm going to get into some scary statistics here in just a minute on the lack of intellectual people in the world these days. Always a student, always growing into the best version of myself. Awesome, Anna. So, stretching is vitally important to growth, just like your muscles, all right? If you don't stretch your muscles and you end up, you know, getting a really big, really strong, you're not even going to be able to, you know, wash your hair or scratch your back, right? So stretching is vitally important whenever it comes to growth and whenever it comes to just you as a person, okay? So I encourage you, get out of your comfort zone. Live life out loud. Life begins at the edge of your comfort zone. And here's the good news. When you're learning a new skill or learning a new business, what's uncomfortable early becomes comfortable later. Now, whenever you start a new business or you're like at a new job or something, what is comfortable early becomes uncomfortable later. So let's say you're at a new job or you're starting a new business and you're just afraid to go talk to anybody about it, or you're afraid to go do marketing, or you're afraid at your new job to go and, you know, talk to people behind the counter or whatever, you know. In the beginning, it may feel comfortable not to do those things, and it's easy to not to do those things, but it's also easy to do those things. Okay, so in the beginning, those comfortable things that is not exactly what you're supposed to do become uncomfortable later because you've been there for so long that you should be able to be doing them by now, right? Well, flip the tables on that. If you go ahead and do what's uncomfortable first and early, they will become comfortable later, and that is what leads to success. All right, so I hope that you take that to heart. There is a chart that I've seen that really just has an incredible visual on that, and I can share that with you if you want me to. Just PM below that you want that chart. Just type chart, and I'll send that over to you. That's really something that goes all the way back to your programming again. Okay, now I love this quote. God's gift to us is potential. And our gift to God is to develop it, is developing that potential. All right. Now, obviously, that's just one of the gifts that He gives us, and it's just one of the gifts that we can give back to Him. But I love that quote. God's gift to us is potential, and our gift to God is developing it. That kind of makes me think of, you know, a lot of people out there that just want God to do everything for them, but they don't do anything themselves. Okay, chart. Awesome, Terry. You know, I love God. Obviously, I pray. Obviously, I love that, you know, I know that miracles happen and God comes through for people, you know, stepping out in faith and everything. I've seen it time and time again, but God will also bless the work of your hand. And there's also so much in Scripture that actually teaches how, you know, whenever you go and you do the work, you put your hand in the field, God will bless the work of your hands, okay? So don't just go and, you know, sit at home and just pray and don't do anything. Use the potential, use your gifts and your abilities to go live out to that potential that God has given you, okay? Now, I wanted to move on real quick, and we're coming to the end of this thing, but there are 7 observations about tension in the book, okay? And I'm just gonna cover 3 of my favorite. If you want the rest of them, you can comment below, say, give me all 7, and I'll text them over to you, or you can go find them in this book. So, one of my favorites is number 2. Settling for the status quo always leads to dissatisfaction. I'm that kind of person. I'm not willing to settle for the status quo. I'm not willing to let somebody else put a price tag on my life, on my time. I'm the kind of person that I want to go and make the most out of my life. I want to leave an impact on this world, and I want to define how much that I'm worth, okay? I hope that you're that kind of person as well, because you are worth more than what you think. I encourage you not to settle for anything in life. My second favorite one here is stretching will set you apart from others, all right? Few people want to be stretched, okay? Why? Because it's uncomfortable, usually. Now, successful people set themselves apart because they initiate the improvement that others need. And this was all part of taking of the notes in here. And I also put down that improving yourself is the best way to help your team. Okay, so that's one of the ways that you can set yourself apart from everybody else. Okay, my third favorite one is stretching gives you a shot at significance. Okay, gives you a shot at leaving your mark on the planet. Who do you know that's mediocre and leaves a lasting impact on the world? Not many, if any at all. And it's funny too, because a lot of people, they really want to be free. You know, they want financial freedom, they want time freedom, but they're not willing to be a phenomenon, to be the a phenomenon in the world that they need to be in order to get what they want. You know, so it's kind of shooting yourself in the foot if you're not really willing to go and do what it takes. Okay, to be in the out of comfort zone to get what you want. Okay, so that's that. I wanted to wrap it up with two quotes, two of my favorite quotes. In life, if you do what is easy, life will be difficult. But if you do what is difficult, life will be easy. Okay, and that means that you can basically suffer two kinds of pains. Okay, you can suffer the pain of discipline now, or you can suffer the pain of regret later. Man, that really hits home with me whenever I first heard that, and I hope that you take that to heart as well. So here's my call to action. I'm wrapping up my 30-day challenge. I will be doing more lives in the future, just not on an everyday basis. So I encourage you, do a 30-day Facebook Live challenge. It will help you to get out of your comfort zone. It'll help you to grow. It'll help you to figure out content which actually forces you to grow. Okay, believe it or not, it will get you to step outside of your comfort zone, and it will help you grow because now you've put a challenge on yourself. And I really encourage you to go and do that. Just see what happens, and I'd love to support you in yours. So guys, that's my video for today. Who did this message reach out to, or who did this message impact? I really appreciate your views. If you know of anybody that this could really impact, then share this with them. Share this on their wall. Share this on your wall. And I really appreciate you guys. We can change the world together. And thank you for joining me on my 30-day Facebook Live challenge. If you haven't seen any of my other videos, I've got them all here on Facebook Live and on my YouTube channel. And thank you guys for joining me. Y'all have a great rest of your Tuesday. I will talk to you guys soon. I'll see you on the next video. By the way, stay tuned for pics and videos from the Big Bend National Park. I'm super excited. Gonna be going there this Friday, staying up until Monday. It's gonna be an awesome, intense 3-day hike and camping deal. I can't wait to be out there sleeping among the stars. So love you guys, take care. I gotta get to work, I gotta get out of here. But y'all have a great rest of your night. Drop me some comments according to what we talked about here in this video. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.